Okay, in the shop today I have got my grandpa's old truck, which is now my sister's truck. 2001 S10 two-wheel drive 4.3 V6, and you can see it's pretty rusty, but you can see under the truck there, and if you was here you'd be able to smell the situation going on. It's got a pretty bad fuel leak. I'm going to raise it up here and show you the situation. Okay, with the truck up in the air, you can see the fuel tank is all wet right here. You can see it is dripping, and that is fuel. And you can see the tank doesn't look very good. So actually there was a skid plate right here. You probably can't see the outline, but there was a skid plate bolted on here, a plastic skid plate. Show you that here. I just cleaned it up. It goes on the tank there, and this thing was completely full of junk, and it rotted the fuel tank out. So I get to do a fuel tank job on this S10. So this is going to be really fun. This is fairly dangerous too. This is fuel. This is highly flammable stuff. Most people don't realize how flammable it is until they screw up and cause a fire. So there's about 3/4 of a tank in there, which isn't good. And the bolts for all the mounts actually look fairly decent. Hope you can see that or not. So I'm thinking this is going to be not too bad. There's a tank strap right there, and there's a bracket right there that bolts onto the frame with, looks like 3 bolts, and that's got to come off, otherwise I don't see it coming out. So that's the way I'm gonna do it. I guess I gotta lower it down here again and take off the filler neck first. First thing I'll do. Okay, filler neck here. You got a plastic clip here. It's got to come off. And there's 2 bolts, I think, right there. Right there, I already took them out. Right here. Came out pretty easy. Gonna pull this pin out here, and that'll free up the neck. Now, I'm not positive if you have to take the fuel neck off or not, if you have to do it or not, but there's the rubber hoses that go to the fuel tank right there, and them don't look factory to me. It looks like someone changed them. They were just regular clamps. I already took the big one off, the little one's hanging there. I think what I'm going to do is get the tank loose and bring it down or out, and then try to pull that off, because right now there's no room to wiggle that. So I'm going to raise it back up and start hopefully taking the bolts out and getting the fuel tank off. Okay, I got the truck up in the air. Got my jack supporting the fuel tank, because there's 3/4 of a tank of fuel in there. Some of you might be asking why not drain the tank. Well, I was going to, and I stuck my hose down in the neck, and there's a screen, so you can't get anything in there to suck the fuel out. So And I can't get the neck off right now because there's just no room to wiggle anything. I've got one bolt there on the strap, and I tried to take it off and it's spinning. The nut up in there is spinning now. So I'm going to try to jam something in that hole to hold it. Maybe it'll break. I'm hoping it'll just break so I can get it out. I'm not really going to be able to use any kind of grinder on this because there is fuel everywhere. And I'm already nervous about using the impact and causing sparks. There's one bolt there with my 13mm wrench on there, gear wrench. That's the only way I could get it out, was doing it just like that. My wrench is actually trapped right there. There's another mounting bolt there. There's one there, and there's one there. I got them all loose. These three are easy to get to. That one's a pain in the butt. But they're loose anyway. And right now, I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about this one. So I'm going to try to jam something in there and get this thing out without blowing myself up. Well, I got myself an issue here. I got all the other bolts out. Can't get this strap off. And I mean, it would be easy just to cut the strap there. But not easy to do that without making all kinds of sparks. And I really don't want to do that with a tank full of fuel. So I guess when I come up with a solution here, I will come back here. Okay, here's a solution I come up with to getting the strap off the tank without causing all kinds of sparks. You see what I'm doing there? I got a vice grip here on that strap. And what I've been doing is just twisting it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And eventually the rusty metal there gets fatigued, and you can see it's about ready to break now. And I'm just twisting back and forth, and eventually this strap's going to break. And hopefully I'm going to be able to drop this tank down enough to unhook everything on the top and unhook the filler neck. But I guess we'll see here. Okay, I broke the strap off and I'm trying to get her down, and right now I'm struggling with the filler neck, but there's two lines right there, fuel lines. I just unhooked. You gotta push it forward, push them two clips on each side down, and then the fuel line slides off. When I get it out, maybe I'll give you a better look at it, but I got them unhooked. Now I'm just fighting with the filler neck. I'm gonna keep dropping the tank down and see if I can't get this filler neck off and the tank out. Okay, fuel tank is out, as you can see. Also, you can see the drive shaft is out. That's the only way you're going to get the tank out, is pulling the drive shaft off. Dad came in and helped me with the tank. You can see the strap that I broke hanging there. I got to get that bolt out. I got to get a new strap. That bolt's got to come out. There is the vent tube, and that sucker didn't want to come off the fuel tank. Here's the other two lines that had to come off. You can see the plastic fitting there. You got to squeeze the two fittings and then pull it out. Pretty simple, but as you can see there, what have I found? Well, the frame's rotted. It's rotted there, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's really thin down here. So I don't know what we're gonna do with this. You know, you could weld something in there, but I'm not sure any of this frame on this side is any good. I think all that is messed up where it's boxed here. And I believe that mount right there has got some rust on it. So there's the filler neck right there. That was a pain to get off. I had to pretty much take a screwdriver and just kind of pry it up there and keep wiggling that hose off. The little hose is what was holding me up. So yeah, I gotta order a tank. I think they're about 130 bucks. I'm just gonna swap over the pump and everything from the old one. But me and Dad don't know what to do with this frame here. But I guess when we figure it out, I'll let you know what we're doing here and order the tank. The fuel tank is outside because it stinks so bad. So that's outside for now. The whole shop just stunk like fuel. Run the fan for a while now and smell is pretty much gone. So it was pretty bad there for a little while, but okay, here's the old tank. Here's your filler neck, your vent tube. You got two electrical connections on the top here. This was that little vent tube. I unhooked the lines right here. They're here, but you can unhook them here, I guess, if you wanted to. But that's what it looks like on the top of the tank there. And there's a piece of tape here that is holding on the electrical connectors. So you gotta rip that off so they don't stay with the tank when you let it down.